year 2019, my weight had shot up to 92 kgs. Backache होती रहती थी, frequent backaches. I used to have 12-month cough and cold, lots of bouts of acidity. No matter what I ate, even if it is healthy, I would still get acidity. And that is the time I turned towards yoga.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Education Nest, and my name is Ahmed Zahid, your host, and I am thrilled to be here with you all once again. Work takes up a lot of chunks of our lives, and if you are not feeling our best, so it can really impact our overall well-being. So that's where the workplace wellness comes into effect. So why is workplace wellness important? Imagine this. You feel focused, energized, and motivated at work. You have the resilience to bounce back from challenges. You experience stronger relationships and a positive work environment. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, that's what workplace wellness can help you achieve. Studies shows that investing in employee wellness leads to increased productivity, reduced absenteeism, and even lower health care costs. Not only does it benefit individuals, but it also creates a stronger, more vibrant workplace for everyone. So stay tuned. In this video, we will be exploring a different ways to prioritize our well-being at work. We are joined by Pavish Raina, who is a corporate trainer, certified yoga instructor, and wellness expert, spreading awareness through his organization Raina Wellness. So, welcome Pavish. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you for inviting me here, Ahmed.
Great. So, Pavish, why holistic approach of wellness is important in corporations?
Ahmed, I have had about 14 years of experience where I have worked in various companies. What I saw that companies spend a lot of money in training their employees, in bringing up their skills, so that the employees could perform better. And when the employees perform better, they kind of generate more revenue for the organization, which is the ultimate aim of the organizations. However, I also noticed at the same time that it is not just the skill set that an employee possesses which will bring more productivity in the workflow. It is basically the health of an employee, the overall wellness of an employee that impacts the way he performs his work, that impacts his productivity, and that impacts a lot of other things related to his work. So unfortunately, आज की डेट में companies are not spending anything on their employee wellness. Although some companies in the name of wellness programs are doing some kind of retreats, some mediclaims that the companies may give to their employees, but then it is basically once you fall ill, then you will be able to have some mediclaim and facilities like that. What we are focusing right now on is to bring awareness so that the organizations start helping their employees, helping their people, so that if their health is good and with the skill that they possess, they will always perform better. So that is how we are moving forward.
So Pavish, you mentioned employee well-being. So क्या चीज़ें ऐसी हैं कि जो इफेक्ट कर रही हैं employee wellness को?
आज की डेट में द बिगेस्ट टू फैक्टर्स दैट आर अफेक्टिंग एम्प्लॉय वेलनेस इज नंबर 1 स्ट्रेस at workplace and number 2 bad eating habits.
So can you elaborate more about this stress and these unhealthy eating habits?
Correct. So we have to understand the stress at a very basic level, right? As per the World Health Organization, the definition of stress at workplace is when employees are given unrealistic challenges which are not matched with their knowledge and skill set. This causes stress in the employees. Now, with ever increasing landscape of technology in the business scenario right now, every new challenge, every day we see new challenges being thrown at us. So obviously the people will, the skill set of people will always lag behind what current scenarios are happening. So stress is always going to be there. Now to cope up with this stress, employees don't have the right tools and tackles at their disposal. Now bad eating habits, this is combining it and taking it to a greater level. Now imagine you being stressed at workplace, you have targets, you have deadlines to meet, you are totally focused and you feel hungry. What will you do? you will tend to eat whatever is available at that point of time. Yes. Right? And unfortunately, right now, what we have available with us is all kinds of processed foods, which you get in the cafeterias in your companies, or you probably go down, have a smoke, and then come back to relieve your stress. So these two things are affecting the wellness of an employee at the workplace. So not only is the employee's mental health getting affected because of the stress, because of the wrong eating habits, even the physical health is getting affected, and both are interconnected with each other.
So this physical and mental health, they are interconnected. So how can you like give throw some more light on this, like how they are interconnected and how it can affect the employee performance and their engagement at the workplace?
Correct. It's a scientifically established fact now that the stress in mild levels causes joint pains, causes headache, causes upset stomach. If the stress continues for a long time, it becomes chronic and it has a tendency of bringing in diseases like heart ailments, blood pressure.
Pavish, you mentioned physical and mental health, that they are connected to each other. So how can you give elaborate more, like how this physical and mental health are interconnected and how they are affecting the performance of an employee?
Sure. It is a साइंटिफिकली एस्टेब्लिश्ड फैक्ट नाउ, और ये हमने अपने आप में भी देखा हुआ है दैट वेन एवर वी आर स्ट्रेस्ड वी टेंड टू हैव हेडेक्स, राइट? Sometimes when we are stressed we tend to have joint pains. People with stress also have upset stomach a lot of times. आपको जब भी आप स्ट्रेसफुल होते हो आपको पेट में ऐसे कुछ सेंसेशन फील होती है. सो इट इज़ योर मेंटल बीइंग प्रोजेक्टिंग ऑन योर फिजिकल हेल्थ. एंड ये तो एकदम माइल्ड केसेस हैं स्ट्रेस के. व्हेन द स्ट्रेस बिकम्स क्रॉनिक it has a tendency of affecting your immune system, lowering it. It has a tendency of increasing your blood pressure, and the most common reason of heart ailments these days is the stress. Now this stress can be at workplace, it can be at home, it can be anywhere. People spend a majority of their day at work. So considering that people spend almost 8 to 9 hours of their time in workplace every day, it's not wrong to say that what causes the most amount of stress is their work environment, right? And as we saw, the stress, the mental thing affecting your physical thing, stress and your body, the physical and mental health are totally interconnected and intertwined with each other. Now, how it affects the employee morale and employee engagement at work is, when you are stressed. Now, how this stress affects the employees at work is basically that, when you are stressed, your productivity reduces. When you are stressed, you are not able to concentrate and focus on your work. When you are stressed, your overall engagement at workplace reduces. And if you are diseased because of the stress, then you have lots of absenteeism, you have lots of missed days at work, which at the end of the day affects your productivity.
As stress and unhealthy eating habits are the major challenges to meet at the workplace, so can you explain like how the like what situation or what are the some common factors that leads to these situations?
Right. As we said, that stress is a major contributor. The first and foremost thing is, long working hours and stressful job environment, right? The second situation that is happening at workplaces is, peer pressure to indulge. What is the peer pressure to indulge? It is basically you seeing your peers taking a smoke or indulging in alcoholism, and you also feeling the same because you are stressed. So you feel that अरे मेरा दोस्त सिगरेट पी रहा है तो चलो मैं भी एक पी के आ जाता हूँ, right? The third reason is a lot of unhealthy snacks and unhealthy foods that are readily available to you around the workplace. Fourth factor is because of the long working hours, the sleep deprivation. People are not getting enough sleep. आजकल अगर आप देखेंगे आजकल मीटिंग कल्चर हो गया है स्पेशली आफ्टर द कोविड पैंडमिक केम every corporate has meeting culture now where there are back to back meetings of employees and because of these meetings employees don't get sufficient amount of rest or sufficient amount of breaks in between, so they would binge on any snack or anything that would come their way just to save that additional time. Now, all of this combined is making the situations worse at workplace. The real challenge that the doctors have identified these days is basically stress, and it is the stress that is bringing in all these ailments in the employees and in the corporates today.
As stress and unhealthy eating habits are the real challenges to met at the workplace, so can you throw some more light on this? Like, what are the some common factors that leads to these situations?
Ahmed, your question is very valid and we have to look at it in a sequential manner. अभी workplace में क्या हो रहा है that there are long working hours and demanding schedules, tight deadlines to meet. Meeting culture has set in because of which back to back meetings are happening. Now this all is not giving sufficient time to rest to the employees, and employees are not able to even take breaks. Their sleep cycles are getting disturbed, right? And in this situation, whatever food they are readily getting in front of them, they will eat, right? And most of the food items that are there right now in front of them are snacks, which are totally unhealthy. Apart from that, a lot of fast food, fast food is basically something that you just go and quickly grab it and then eat it. So fast food can contain sandwiches, it can contain burgers, it can contain and sodas for that matter. Now, because of all of this, the stress levels are increasing, day by day. And to ward off the stress, what is an employee doing? Probably partying at the weekends. Taking the help of alcohol or smoking to that matter, which kind of has a temporary effect on relaxing their stress, but the stress doesn't go away. Now, there's also one thing, which is social pressure to indulge. Now, what is this social pressure to indulge? Employees see their peers, their colleagues having a smoke just to relieve the stress, or taking to alcohol to probably relieve the stress. So the employees also feel that यार मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा stress है, मेरे को कुछ करने को नहीं मिल रहा है. How do I get rid of it? Let me smoke also. Let me have a drink also. So this is creating a loop in which the employees are falling. Correct. Almost 60 to 70% of corporates who visited Indraprasth Hospital for various kinds of ailments were basically diagnosed with stress-related issues. As per the research done by the Harvard Institute, what you eat directly affects your productivity. The study that they conducted has found out that people are now having binge eating disorders. They call it BED in short. So what is it exactly? Is that because of the ready availability of fast food and snacks around you, people are falling into a trap of continuous eating. So even if they are doing some work, they would always keep snacking something or the other, which is actually a disorder that is happening. So these are the challenges that are happening at workplace today.
So Pavish, you mentioned like this binge eating disorders and the sleep deprivation, unhealthy eating habits. So this situation seems to be like very adverse. They can affect the health of employee or on anyone. Like it will have an adverse effect. So what we can do in order to like tackle this situation?
There are a lot of things that the employees can do to come out of the seriousness of the situations. How we help or where we focus on is the two most basic aspects, which is yoga and nutrition. Now, what is yoga is that many people have misconception about yoga, that it is just some kind of stretches, right? Some weird stretches that you have to do, and it is not going to benefit. It is only for old people. Well, that is not true. Yoga is a very deep rooted science which focuses on the holistic well-being of a person. It integrates body and breath by asanas that you do. It integrates your mind with the pranayams that you do, and at the same time it has moral and ethical values in yamas and niyamas. So overall, yoga is a very holistic way of looking at well-being. uh, at the same time, if you couple it with the right nutrition that you have, that you can take care of, both of them have a very long lasting and a very positive impact on the body, on the mind, and because of this the employee well-being gets affected, the employee morale gets increased, the productivity at the job gets increased, and you get more and more engaged workplace.
So, what are the benefits of yoga and nutrition?
So yoga and nutrition combined together have a lot of benefits for body and mind. When you start doing yoga, the first things that get eliminated from your body are the body aches that you feel, the headaches, the upset stomach. All these challenges immediately vanish. Long lasting practice of yoga helps you reduce your stress considerably, improving your health, improving your morale at work, and improving your overall well being. यू नो हमने बचपन से ये सुना है कि तो जैसा खाओगे वैसे बन जाओगे, राइट? वट एवर यू ईट यू बिकम. So there is this profound knowledge hidden in these lines, because the right kind of nutrition if you have, it will directly affect your body. एक बहुत कॉमन सी चीज़, एक छोटी सी एग्जांपल आपको देता हूँ. कभी कोई बीमार हो जाता है या कभी हम भी बीमार हो जाते हैं और डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, तो सबसे पहला सवाल डॉक्टर क्या पूछता है? आपने क्या खाया था, राइट? सो व्हाट यू ईट हैज़ a tremendous effect on your body. And with right nutrition, your body feels lighter, you get more energy levels in your body. आपका जो ब्रेन है उसकी डेवलपमेंट के लिए जो राइट काइंड ऑफ ओमेगा 3 फैटी एसिड्स चाहिए, जो मिनरल्स चाहिए, ये आपको जंक फूड या फास्ट फूड से नहीं मिलता है. फॉर दिस यू हैव टू हैव द बैलेंस्ड न्यूट्रिशन. And our focus is to marry both yoga and nutrition and give it to the corporates so that their workplace becomes better.
So, why don't companies go for these wellness programs, and how do you cater these challenge?
There are a lot of misconceptions, if I may call them, spread around wellness programs, because of which corporates might not go for it, right? And I will tackle some of them one by one. That keeps coming up is that wellness programs are one size fits all kind of solution. Well, actually, wellness programs are very flexible and they can be curated according to the need of the person, need of the team, need of the department. So wellness programs are one size fit all kind of a solution. In actuality, if you see at it, wellness programs are very flexible and adaptable to the needs of the person or the team doing the program. So you can have curated solutions for your teams, for individuals, for an organization as a whole, and it is not right to say that one size fits all. So we can do multiple permutations and combinations in the wellness programs itself. The second point to be focused on is that people consider that wellness programs are basically physical strength development programs. Well, wellness programs don't focus only on the physical strength, although it is a good part of it, but wellness programs focus on the holistic development, right, of your mind, of your body, and your spirit. The third point is that wellness programs are time consuming and will interfere with work. Well, as I already explained, wellness programs can be curated to the specific needs of the workplace, and small exercises can be built in, or small pranayamas, as we call them, can be built in between the breaks to give you that flexibility so that it doesn't interfere with the work. The next point is that wellness programs are costly and resource intensive. If you look at the return on investment the wellness programs give you, you will see that they don't burn any hole in your pocket, right? At the same time, with virtual classes and online sessions, uh, you don't need too many of resources to develop and to do the programs. So this proposition is also taken care of. The next point that comes up is that wellness programs are temporary trend and people won't follow it. You know, yoga has been mentioned in Rig Veda as well. And Rig Veda is one of the oldest literatures dating back to at least 2500 years. So people have been practicing yoga since at least 2500 years. The trend has not died till now, and it is not going to die. It is there to stay, and as we can see these days, more and more people are going to yoga. So the trend is going to continue as such. The most common point that we hear from corporations is that wellness programs are not scalable and there are no tangible benefits. Well, let me tell you, there are a lot of metrics which you can use to measure the benefits of the wellness program. For example, how many times a year the employee has fallen sick after going through a wellness program, right? What is the productivity increase in an employee after undergoing a wellness program? Now, these things can easily be found out from your databases, right? Every employee has a KPI. You can always measure his performance at the end of the tenure, at the end of the year, at the end of the wellness program, and you will be able to understand that, you will be able to see the changes that are there for a wellness program. एक और पॉइंट इसमें ऐसा है अहमद, कि अगर हम जो की हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, अगर उनको हम उनका मेजरमेंट इम्प्लीमेंट करें, जैसे आपका ब्लड प्रेशर हो गया, बॉडी मास इंडेक्स हो गया, आपके स्ट्रेस लेवल्स हो गए, आपके कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेवल्स हो गए, प्रोग्राम शुरू करने से पहले अगर हम इन्हें मेजर करें, प्रोग्राम के बीच में मेजर करें और प्रोग्राम एंड होने पे भी मेजर करें, तो ना ही केवल हमें अच्छे डेटा पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे कंपेयर करने के लिए, एट द सेम टाइम हम लोग एम्प्लॉय की हेल्थ में क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट हुई है वो भी मेजर कर सकते हैं। और इसका एक और फ़ायदा ऐसा भी है कि वी कैन ऑल्सो रिड्यूस द रिस्क ऑन हेल्थ। अगर हमें प्रोग्राम इम्प्लीमेंट करने के टाइम पे जब हम पैरामीटर्स मेजर कर रहे हैं, पैरामीटर्स मेजर करते करते अगर हमें कुछ और समझ में आता है तो हम लोग उस पर एक प्रिवेंटिव मेजर भी ले सकते हैं। सो इट विल ऑल्सो हेल्प अस रिड्यूस द हेल्थ रिस्क, right? Another way of measuring the effectiveness is looking at the absenteeism and presenteeism of employees from work, and this is something which is recorded on a day-to-day basis. Financial metrics can also be put in place to measure the effectiveness by looking at the employee productivity, by looking at the absenteeism of the employee, by looking at the cost effectiveness of the programs in terms of the return that the company is getting in the longer run. So these are some of the ways how we can measure the effectiveness.
So पविश, आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे उन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को जो एम्प्लॉय वेलनेस प्रोग्राम को प्रायोरिटाइज नहीं करते हैं?
The answer is very simple, Zahid. Any successful company is measured on 5 parameters. The first is cash, how much cash the company has. The second is how much profits the company is making. The third is how many assets the company has created in the past, is creating currently, right? The fourth is what is the growth trajectory of the company. And the fifth is the people of the company, right? And if you look at it, it is the people of the company who have direct effect on the other 4. It is the people who bring in cash for the company by working. It is people who generate profit for the company. It is the people who work hard to generate assets and growth for the company. So working on employees' well-being is of paramount importance for any company that wants to be successful in the long run. Let me tell you, many companies like Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki Limited, Coca-Cola, Snapdeal, and some other companies, they are implementing wellness programs like yoga and exercises in their employees, and they have seen tremendous benefits. By focusing on the wellness programs, the employees also see it as an investment the company is doing in them. So the engagement of the employees also increases. The loyalty factor of the employee towards the organization increases. When the employee understands that the company is not just giving them work but also taking care of their health, such employees have very low rate of leaving the company. So in the longer run, the attrition of the company also reduces, and happier and healthier workplaces are made. Hence, prioritizing wellness programs is going to be the actual growth catalyst for the companies in the long run.
Pavish, can you share some success stories or a case study like which has been implemented earlier and उसका रिजल्ट बहुत ही पॉजिटिव दिखा है, तो ये स्टोरीज जान करके कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो वो मोटिवेट हो सके कि हाँ हमें भी ये वेलनेस प्रोग्राम अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में इम्प्लीमेंट करना है.
Well, the biggest case study, if I can give you, is of myself. There was a time, I'll give you the year as well. 2019 was the time when I was at the worst of my health. So हुआ क्या था, जैसा कि काफ़ी सारे एम्प्लॉयज़ करते हैं अर्लियर इन देयर करियर, दे फोकस मोर ऑन द करियर एंड देयर हेल्थ प्रायोरिटी टेक्स अ बैक सीट. Correct. So I was the same. I was over obsessed with my career, and I was not paying any attention to my health. By the end of the year 2019, my weight had shot up to 92 kgs. And I had started developing a lot of issues, like मेरे को back ache होती रहती थी, frequent back aches. I used to have 12-month cough and cold. I started having a lot of acidity, lots of bouts of acidity. No matter what I ate, even if it is healthy, I would still get acidity. And that was the year that my son was also born, so there were challenges at home also. I was stressed a lot in work, at home as well. So my overall health take a back beating. And it was when I decided to do something about it. I joined, I thought of joining a gym, and in early 2020 COVID happened and everything was locked down. Correct. So in that situation, I didn't know what to do because the gyms were closed. The running, you could not do running. You could not visit parks. You could not do exercise in open. And that is the time I turned towards yoga and nutrition. By implementing yogic exercises at my home and focusing on the right kind of nutrition for my body, I was able to bring back my weight from 92 kgs to 78 kgs in a matter of 6 months. Right, and it has stayed with me ever since. The yogic exercises and the right kind of nutrition has stayed with me. Right now, today, I am 75, 76 kg, somewhere around that. My waist has come down from 38 inches to 33 inches. Well, this is all the health benefit that I can tell you. In terms of the benefit that I had in my workplace, I had enhanced levels of concentration. I had more energy to spend at my workplace. I could do more justice to the work that I was doing. In the year 2021, when the lockdown was lifted finally and the businesses were started again, I was the only person in my team who had overachieved his sales target. And I could contribute it totally to the health and fitness regime that I had followed and I had kept for myself. So it has definitely helped me, and I have seen so many people following yoga, having the right kind of nutrition, focusing on their bodies, focusing on their health, focusing on their stress levels, who have benefited a lot, and they are healthy, and energy levels are up. So it gives you a lot of benefits, and I can vouch for that.
So definitely by looking at you, we can more people can be get motivation by doing the right yoga asanas as you mentioned, and the right nutrition, taking right diet, so they can definitely maintain a physical and mental balance.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the good part is that it can be done easily anywhere. Yes. It's not necessary that you need to spend 1.5 hour, 2 hours doing yogic asanas and pranayams.
Share some stretches that the office employees they can do while sitting at their seat, or a very minimum space is required.
Sure, I can give you two most basic stretches that everyone should do, no matter they are standing, they are sitting, what they are doing. The first and foremost stretch, is for your hands and your joints. Many people, since they are working on the laptops continuously, they have to have a tendency of wrist pain, finger pain, and shoulder pain. So the most common thing that you can do is just stretch your hands forward, right? When you inhale, take a deep breath in, stretch your fingers. When you exhale, close your fingers, right? Do this 5 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now this is very simple and very effective stretch which doesn't take more than 2 minutes if you do it properly, right? This is for your body. Now let me give you a very simple exercise for your mind as well. Just occasionally, whenever you are doing work, just occasionally focus on your breath. Inhale for a count of 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold for a count of 4. Hold the breath in. Exhale for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold for 2 counts. And do this 5 times. Now, this practice is something which immediately calms your mind, which immediately relieves your stress. And this is a very simple technique that can be done even when you are working, even when you are in meetings, because nobody sees how you are breathing. Nobody focuses on your breath, on your breathing pattern. Everybody focuses on the content that you are providing, and everybody focuses on the work that you are doing. So, this very simple practice can be inculcated in your day to day life.
As we are moving towards the end of this podcast, so how can we spread the awareness and help corporations in order to achieve a better, healthy, happier workplace?
Joining hands with Sambodhi Education Nest at Rana Wellness, our team's focus is on increasing the overall well-being of the organizations in a scientific, measurable way that has the potential of bringing a positive change to the work environment, increase the employee productivity, and at the same time increase the bottom line for the organizations. We do this by providing training interventions, tailored programs on yoga and nutrition. Now, these programs can be curated to the needs of the individual as well as organization, like reducing weight, gaining health, increasing the productivity of employees, increasing the overall well-being at the workplace, improving concentration, and reducing the work-related stress.
थैंक यू पविश फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे। आई होप आपने जो भी इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट बातें हमें बताई हैं वर्क प्लेस कल्चर के रिगार्डिंग, कि जैसे कि क्या क्या चीज़ें बैड हैबिट्स हैं कि वो उससे एम्प्लॉय हेल्थ इफ़ेक्ट करती हैं, और ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को क्यों ये प्रोग्राम्स अपने यहाँ इम्प्लीमेंट कराना चाहिए। तो इस चीज़ों को देखते हुए इस पॉडकास्ट के ज़रिए उनको ये पता चलेगा कि फिज़िकल और मेंटल बैलेंस कैसे ये क्रिएट करना है अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, ताकि क्योंकि वो कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव भी हैं लॉन्ग रन में देखा जाए तो वो आपको लाइक दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू बर्न अ होल इन योर पॉकेट्स एंड दीज थिंग्स, सो दे कैन क्रिएट अ हैप्पियर एंड हेल्दियर वर्क प्लेस, और एम्प्लॉयज़ की परफॉर्मेंस एंड इंगेजमेंट उनके अपने काम में और ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा। So thank you so much for providing these thoughts.
Well, the pleasure was all mine, Ahmed. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. I hope the message reaches masses, and we get to see a positive change in the way the organizations are functioning, in the way the individuals are functioning. With that, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for watching our this podcast, and I would like to thank everyone. आपने हमारी लास्ट वीडियो और जो डेटा साइंस के ऊपर थी, आप लोगों ने उससे बहुत सारे कमेंट्स किए हैं, लाइक किया, सब्सक्राइब किया हमारे चैनल्स को। सो हम लोगों ने लोगों की क्वेरीज भी सॉल्व करी हैं जो उन्होंने पूछी थी हमसे। हमने हमारे पास कई लोगों की कॉल्स भी आई थी, तो हमने उनका आंसर दिया है उन सारे क्वेश्चंस का। सो आई होप ये प्यार ऐसा ही बना रहेगा। एंड जिन लोगों ने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, तो उनसे मेरी ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो इस चैनल को एजुकेशन नेस्ट को सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें, शेयर करें, एंड प्रेस द बेल बटन टू गेट मोर अपडेट्स। एंड हमारे लास्ट डेटा साइंस की जो भी पोस्ट कार्ड्स थी उसकी आपको डिटेल्स डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएंगे। एंड आज जो हमने शूट किया था अपना वीडियो जो कि एम्प्लॉय वेलनेस के ऊपर था, तो आपकी इन फ्यूचर और भी कोई डिमांड्स अगर होंगी, आप हमें कमेंट बॉक्स में बताइए, हम उसके ऊपर भी एक डिटेल्ड वीडियो बनाएंगे। थैंक यू।